Thank you, David. Thank you, Alex. This was a real peek behind the scenes of a real partner manager's day in the life. And it hits home because I have 3 kids and my eldest is going to college this year. And I know how tough it was for her. She needed my time, for example. So the ability to reclaim time, become more strategic, this is so personal. So what you just saw, David said it. It's when you go to, a portal, a partner portal, it's their data. When you go to your own CRM, it's your data, but there's no place, a shared context, if you will. So on one side, on your company, on the other side, your partner company, WorkSpan AI, it creates that partition, shared partner context. Now, on top of this shared context, if you will, where the knowledge repository lies, but also the real-time data lies. This is the data on your accounts, on your opportunities, where you're together engaged, permission-based, secured. And this is not just any data sharing, it's field-level data privacy. This is connected, right? And I remember this way back, our next speaker, Bronwyn Hastings, is going to come on. She pioneered this, field-level data privacy back at SAP when they did COSAL with WorkSpan for the first time. This secure data sharing, that's why security companies like Palo Alto Networks or, audit firms like Deloitte and, companies like Microsoft, for example, you heard Nina, who was very conscious about security. They have this real-time API-based sharing access and creation of that trusted execution pathway, if you will, in terms of connectivity across companies that creates that foundation. Now you have this complete foundation, a shared context, data sharing, execution, back and forth. You have a real-time system, a partner revenue platform. Now, when this is secure bi-directional platform lives in this space in between, we as partner managers, we wear double badges. On one side, we have to represent our company. On the other side, we have to understand the partners, right? So this creates that context, this real-time nature that David was talking about of, micro moments where whether you're writing an email, whether you're accepting an opportunity, whether you're thinking about an incentive, it's a shared context that's important. So if you build to the next slide, on this precious real estate or this space in between partners, you have this two-sided agentic partner execution. The partnership team is enabled by agents. It's an agent-first strategy. These AI agents that you saw, for example, whether it's an agent for Microsoft or for AWS or Google or DocuSign with its strategic partners, this is the aid to the partner manager. Because this is doing 3 key processes, if you saw. As David was showing and Alex was showing from the CRM, which in this case was the host company's Salesforce instance, you saw how sellers were being activated. Even before sharing an opportunity at the account level, at the opportunity level, sellers were being proactively informed as to what a partner could do. So you as a partner leader, for example, can now drive mandates such as partner attach, because now every seller is informed just in time. It could be 2 a.m. in the morning. It could be 24/7. And as Nina was talking about, it's not just, few, because it's a resource that you can give on few partnerships only. Now you can prosecute all 20,000 accounts 24/7, bringing sellers the power of your partnership in real time. So that's the first piece. The second piece is a process automation. Can't stress this enough. This platform foundation for COSAL, for Marketplace, for any number of partnering motions out there, whether it's incentive management and others, this automation is key, because gone are the days where you could tell a partner manager, hey, work on spreadsheets, because we don't have tools for you. We don't have automation for you. Now the moment has arrived where this is expected. It's table stakes. And lastly, it's about attribution. It's about showing up to leadership. You saw with the QBR chart that Alex showed. It's not about QBRs. David talked about how every day, every moment, every week, that visualization is there, that attribution is there to prove the value of partnerships to internal executives, external partners, to hold them accountable at the same time. So there's nowhere to hide now. There is real numbers, real attribution. So it's not the squeakiest partner. It's the data that speaks for itself. And that's why we were so confident when we shared the Microsoft Project Ascend numbers up there, because it's measured to the last decimal point in terms of partner attribution. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the new two-sided agentic partner execution system. It's an AI agent-first strategy helping your sellers, helping your partner managers, helping the entire partnership team with attribution. So this is the platform behind the scenes. And let's go to the next slide here. So Mike talked about this. If you look at every partnering motion, it's going through co-sell now. So whether you are an ISV tech partner ecosystem, you're driving that. You have to co-build a partner. You have these joint solutions, but now you need to take those joint solutions to market. Co-sell is the answer. It's a trusted AI-first bi-directional system between you and your partner to really understand which accounts there are overlaps, where do you want to go sell together, and how do you actually get the co-sell deal registrations going with ISV and tech partner ecosystem. Some amazing logos here, whether it is talking about companies, tech leaders like Cisco, SAP, running their ISV and tech partner programs using WorkSpan is a huge example of this. Services partners, oh my God, ISVs and GSIs and ISVs, SIs, as we heard Nina talk about it with hyperscalers, working together, right? Co-sell is a key motion. As opposed to based on solutions, this happens on accounts, because you've always met a client account lead for a given SI partnership. That client account lead knows the client context to the last degree, as Nina talked about. If you look at the success that Avanade has had in the Microsoft ecosystem, it's exactly about this expertise that they bring about the customer, but also about the solution that they're able to co-sell together. That's where the extraordinary results come from. Managed services partners. This is a new, this has taken over in the last, 4 or 5 years, and it's become such a key motion for so many companies. A great example of this is ServiceNow on WorkSpan. The MSPs pre-buy inventory, and they are now co-selling with those MSPs to understand where the inventory will be burned down. So there are no surprises towards the end of the quarter, because you could be co-selling on a new deal versus on an existing pre-buy that you're burning down. So such collaboration is actually important to manage the MSP motion, if you will. Great example. And then we've talked about hyperscalers and cloud partners. These companies are so incented in driving the co-sell motion because of the massive ISV and GSI momentum around them. It's not just these strategic partners. What is really observable is Jay McBain talks about this very, very passionately. Gone are the days where resellers could thrive on 3% margin. It's no longer there. So what these resellers are doing and distributors are doing is also participating in co-sell. So if you look at some of the most newest innovations we have been working on, distributors like TD SYNNEX, resellers, working with companies like Presidio and others, they want to participate in co-sell and collaborative selling with these strategic partners at the same time. It's not just pure move the box transaction selling. So co-sell for resellers, driving CPPOs, MPOs in the Microsoft and AWS world. This is where the PRM is now integrating with WorkSpan as well. So if you have had a partner portal, if the deal registration happens for a reseller through that, bring that deal registration to the co-sell platform in WorkSpan, and now you can co-sell with the reseller and the strategic partner together on things like channel partner private offers or multi-partner offers. And Alex showed this, your CRM, you can activate your sellers by connecting to it. And all of this is enabled by AI agents that are purpose-built for every partnership, right? So that's the example where the context of your partnership with, DocuSign, for example, or your context of that partnership with Microsoft, for example, will be different. And they need different, secure, shared, trusted space where the agent and its knowledge lives that can advise you uniquely. So that's our differentiation. We believe that instead of company-owned AI agents that just work on your data, for partnerships to succeed, you need AI agents that are bidirectional, that operate on that trusted space in between companies with data from both companies. So it's not my agent or your agent, it's our agent put together. And I think that's the key for these use cases to thrive. So if you look at these routes to market, they come down with 2 use cases. So the ISV tech route to market has use cases around co-solutioning and co-selling. The services partner route to market has use cases around joint account planning, because client account leads and their accounts are important, and then co-selling on those accounts with opportunities. MSPs is around, hey, what inventory did you buy? Where are you co-selling with me to burn this inventory down. With hyperscalers, it's about, hey, you have this packaged IP, whether it's ISV or SI, SDCs, as the new term in Microsoft is there, but also with AWS and Google. What's that joint IP that we are co-selling on? And can this burn down the huge commitment, the cloud commitment that the customer has? And as a substrate for co-innovation going forward as well with AI, because as you can imagine, these hyperscalers are massive, innovation centers on AI themselves. So, and then the reseller use cases around not just deal registration, but along the deal lifecycle, resellers are earning lifecycle incentives, as Cisco does this so well in the industry. And it's not just co-sell along the lifecycle; it's also co-sell post-sales, where you're driving adoption. You're also transacting through the marketplace. So this whole motion that used to be like hands-off now become very collaborative. So these are the use cases that we are seeing across our customer base, and would be excited to talk or share if you need any more details. Let's go to the next slide. And with that, I'll conclude. Think about WorkSpan AI as a partner revenue platform. It's that one platform for your entire partner business, where every partner type, every motion, all the way from your first deal registration to managing this at scale, it connects to your CRM, but also the partner CRM, or connects to any CRM. We've got now connectors into, we have native experiences inside Salesforce, Dynamics, HubSpot. And the last one that we announced was for the ServiceNow CRM. And this is very, very powerful. From that point of view, you have a connected, bi-directional, shared context. You can coordinate these workflows. There's a trusted space that is, as I said, in between. Now, with AI agents, it's completely powered. And you have these shared workflows and data that go across. It's not a disconnected experience, it's a coordinated experience. And now it's comprehensive. You don't need a tool for just doing your hyperscaler partnerships. So if the 3 PIs, as it's known in the ecosystem, you just, that they just address the hyperscaler motion. But what about adding it for SIs? What about adding it for resellers? And combine all of this into the power of your ecosystem. Your hyperscaler partnership plus your services partnership makes it exponential. So it's about that comprehensive co-sell platform. And huge, proof points behind this. As WorkSpan, we have now done 513 billion in shared pipeline across companies, 196 billion in closed business. This is just staggering. This movement that started 5-6 years ago has this kind of outcome now, with leading companies like Boomi, Palo Alto Networks, DocuSign, Deloitte, Microsoft, AWS, Google, NVIDIA, Cisco. These are the leaders who are doing it with us on the WorkSpan platform. So excited about this. With that, let me bring on the next speaker. And I'm really excited about Mayank and Bronwyn Hastings' session here. So